All right, so in today's ride and tell, I thought, I would ask one simple question, and that's, do people change? And, for me, I feel like it's a yes and no. I think people can change beliefs, their opinions and, philosophies, ideologies, things like that. I think they can change those things. But I'm not of the mindset that people change behavior. One of the things that my dad mentioned, which I completely agree with, is that, people don't change. They simply cover it up, And so like a good example would be people who have anger issues. They don't change into a person that now doesn't have anger issues. They simply manage those anger issues and mask those issues with, different techniques or, different, methods of controlling or, avoiding the triggers for that behavior. So, for me, I'm always cautious of people when it comes to their behavior. Because like I said, I'm not of the mindset that you can change behavior. I think that's ingrained, especially pathological behavior. But now that being said, I'm then not going to, take away someone's opportunity or a chance, whatever, because of something that they did in their past, I'm going to give them the chance because I think everyone deserves a chance if they've, actually put in the work to change and grow. But I think people should also be aware that, some things never change. You cover it up, you can address them, you can manage them, but the thing is always still going to be there. It's just to what level compared to, the original. For example, like if someone was abusive to someone and, the person who was getting the abuse, they decided to stay with that person because, the person's put in the work, they've changed, they could see why they did it and all that stuff, I would always advise against that. Even if that person who did the abuse has changed and was, remorseful and everything like that, the fact that you are then going to stay with them after you've been abused, I think it subconsciously sends a wrong message that, hey, I can get away with it. Even if they are sorry for it, it still sends that message. So I would say, whenever you've been abused by someone, that's it. That's the end of the relationship right there. I mean, maybe you can go from like, say, a romantic relationship to a platonic, but I mean, me personally, I would probably just call it off right then and there because now they already know that they can get away with it if I choose to stay with them. So I would just end everything right then. But now that doesn't mean that that person who was the abuser isn't then going to abuse the next person they get into a relationship. They very well may not, especially if you take a hard stance with them now. They'll realize, oh, okay, look how easy it was for me to lose this relationship. I probably shouldn't try it, I should probably try my best and make sure I don't do the same thing with the next person, So you shouldn't be that person that's going to then try and test, their resolve type of thing. You should let someone else who they haven't had this history of abuse with be, I don't want to say the test, is the test of them, is the test of the abuser, You want someone new to come in and see if that person has really changed, Because with you, it's already easy for them to abuse you again if they've done it before, So that's not the real test that that person has really changed. It would come when they meet someone else completely new, have to build a whole new relationship. Are they then going to make the same mistakes again? That's the real test, And you don't want to be that person to stay in that relationship because, they've already shown that they will hurt you. So it's going to be easier to do it. It's going to be easy to do it again. So you don't want to put yourself in that position. Now, like I said, it may not happen, but like I said, you don't want to put yourself in that position, because subconsciously, now that you're staying with them, it does send that message that, okay, they can kind of get away with it. So, let someone else be, the example to see if that person has changed. And by example, I don't mean like, they're a test subject, but no, they're the person who's doing the abuse is the test subject, and the person who's coming new into their life is the one that's going to be, the way to gauge just how much that person was really serious about their change. Before anyone tries to run away with anything that I'm saying here, I'm not saying that a new person should come into the abuser's life and then they're now the test. No, I'm saying that they're going to prove whether the abuser has really changed. That's what I mean. But if you, who's already been a victim of their abuse, stays with them, you're not really proving anything. You may disprove something if they don't abuse you, but I always say that it's never worth the risk to stay with someone who's already shown that they can get abusive with you and will. So I would say don't take the risk. Just my personal opinion. And then also, another thing as to why I don't believe people change their behavior. I remember watching a Jane Velez Mitchell from HLN interview that she was doing with, I believe he was a pedophile. And he came on saying that, oh yeah, he's no longer a pedophile. And I was like, even back then when I was like a kid, I was like, huh? I didn't believe him, and I don't think Jane believed him either. But she didn't want to start any trouble because he said that he's reformed and things like that. But I was like, no longer a pedophile. I'm like, So I was like, okay, well, what happened? Like, you get lobotomized? Because that's the only way I see you no longer being a pedophile. Because like I said, that's sexual behavior. That's what you're attracted to. I don't know how you can no longer not be attracted to it anymore, unless you had some like deep and long brainwashing sessions. But anyway, he came on saying that, oh yeah, he's no longer a pedophile. And I think Jane asked what happened, and he said, oh yeah, he's seen that what he was doing was wrong. And I'm like, doesn't necessarily mean you're no longer a pedophile. To me, it just sounds like that guy's flooring it. To me, it just sounds like, you realize that, okay, your actions have consequences, and so you're trying to suppress those actions. You may not actively be like looking for child porn on the internet, or actively looking for victims or things like that, or even passively looking for it, but the thing is that, you're still a pedophile. You're just one that doesn't act on the urges, and, you understand the gravity of your actions. So to say that he wasn't a pedophile, I think it was a bit misleading. And like I said, I don't think you can change that type of sexual behavior, just like I can't change that I'm attracted to women, It's not something that I can change. So yeah, I didn't really believe the guy. So that's like another reason as to why, I never believed this people can change mentality. They simply can manage. At least I don't believe it when it comes to behavior. People can manage and control certain behaviors, but to really change a person's behavior, I think you really gotta like go into their brain and then mess around in order to really change a person behavior-wise. I feel like opinions and beliefs and philosophies, that's easy to change, and like I've changed my opinion on a lot of things, So it's easier for me to understand how people can change opinions and beliefs and ideas and philosophies. But, it's harder for me to see that people can change their behavior. This is even me talking like personal experience. Like I used to have anger issues, actually. I say used to, but I still do. I still get angry, but I've learned how to cope better and to avoid situations that trigger me and to avoid, letting it control me. And I think that's the thing. People can learn how to not let things control them. And so I guess in that regard, you've changed, but the thing is still there. You still feel that same way. You still want to act that same way and say those same things, but you've found a way to suppress it. And so that's why I don't really believe in change. I just believe in, people can manage and control to a certain extent, I do think that at some point, things may become overwhelming to the point where you lose control. So that's why I always say, give people the benefit of the doubt, especially if they've shown that they've been putting in the effort. But, also be prepared and keep in mind that things can revert back, That's what I would say. But, you always have to, I'm by no means saying that, just because people don't really change, that you shouldn't really give someone the benefit of the doubt when they say that they're no longer into crime or whatever, Still give them the benefit of the doubt and let them prove you wrong, or let them prove you wrong or right, whatever. But, be prepared that things can always revert back to, original behavior, especially if it's been like pathological behavior. So that's all I'm trying to say, I don't believe people really change. I just think that people manage and control. Turn right here. But yeah, I guess that's my whole spiel on do people change. But as always, that's just my opinion, and that's the thing. Okay, that was really confusing. Guys are really living close to these communications towers. Hey. Ha! I had to put that in. 259 dash go. Lady was on the. She took our. This lady, she's wild. She took our side. I don't know if you should make note of that. It's at 259. I have no idea where I'm to. Fairfield. I want to go east. Spirit. We're hitting the highway. Mama, the guy is possessed. Oh man, I just love driving so much. It's nice when you get these clean, open streets. Just smooth tarmac. Just feel like you can ride for days. And then like you see the landscape change. And it's just crazy, you know, you can go into a new town and just assume a new identity. It's like, wow. I mean, assuming you work from like a home or online or something like that, it's like you can just set up shop anywhere and any place can become your home instantly. It's crazy. It's nice, that freedom. No one knows who you are. You just drive into a different town 200 kilometers away, go into another town another 200 kilometers away. You just see the changes, see the different people. I love it. This guy's coming in with speed, but what's he gonna do? He's gonna get sandwiched between us. He's gonna pop the other side. That's right. Now I'm overtaking them. So what was the point of all that speed? Punto. for a little bit of an extended ride. Shoot. Okay, I know where I am now, though. That's Bayshore. Oh no, I'm good. Yeah. Never mind, we're good, guys. We're good. Thought I missed my turn, but I can make this work. We'll hit Greenbank. Get off the highway now. Take a little bit of in-town driving. That's right. Oh my God. All right, camera took a bit of a tumble. Had to accelerate with some speed. Sorry about that, fellas. Didn't miss anything. It's gonna take us home. It's been a good ride and tell. Episode 2. Oh shit. Oh my God. I have to drive a lot more smoother. Yeah,